So I'm Ines Santos, and this is the Universe Says Yes channel, where we talk about self-development, improving your life and your body and your mind and your soul. That sounds so intense. You're trying to change something that has been this shape for so long, and you want to make it into like this shape, for example. Everything outside of us is a reflection of our inside world. It's basically like a mirror. So how do you go from self-doubt to self-confidence? In this video, I'm going to be telling you exactly how you can transform your life just by changing your thoughts alone. So let's get into it. So what is our thoughts? So our thoughts are not actually ours. We're just having thoughts. It's like having a walk through the park, and you sit down on a bench and you look up and there's loads of clouds. And it's recognizing that we're sitting down on this bench, looking at the clouds pass by, and we're just doing that. We're just observing the clouds go by. They come in and they leave, and they come in and they leave, and they just keep doing that on repeat. And that's essentially what our thoughts are. They're these clouds that come into our mind and they leave. They come into our minds, they stay there for longer sometimes. Some of them come in, they quickly leave. Some of them are more repetitive clouds, they're there for a bit longer. And essentially, a lot of the times we think we are our thoughts. We associate our thoughts to be the truth. But the truth is that we are not our thoughts. We are having thoughts, but we are not our thoughts. And what does this mean in a positive way? In a positive way, it means that we can choose what thoughts we decide to believe and entertain. So I can see that people who often feel unhappy, like when I sometimes feel unhappy or dissatisfied with where I am, I notice that I feed into the thoughts that are making me feel very small. And this is not beneficial, because ultimately we are expansion, we are pure love, and we can literally have everything we desire in this world. The universe is a very big place, nature is so abundant, and we're a reflection of that. But we have certain mindsets and thoughts that keep us playing very small, and sometimes we even forget our own power. So I'm going to be explaining to you how we can go from self-doubt to self-confidence, and how that can actually change your life. It's very important for us to actually change our self-image, because our self-image, like I said before, is actually creating our self-reality. It's creating everything outside of us is a reflection of our inside world. It's basically like a mirror. So if we feel very shy, if we feel very just not like confident, it's going to be reflected on the outside world. I'll give you an example. So if you feel ugly and someone's looking at you, you're going to be like, oh my God, they're looking at me because I'm ugly. And you're going to feel shame, you're going to feel guilt, all that kind of stuff. But if you feel confident and beautiful, and, you know, like, you're going to feel like, yeah, I'm worthy of taking up space in this room, then whoever's looking at you, you're going to be like, yeah, they're looking at me because I'm good looking. So I'm only saying this example to just understand that actually how we view ourselves is actually, it really reflects onto our outside world. It's not just like something that's just in our mind. It actually is such a bigger thing. It's a more profound thing. So you've got to ask yourself a question of, who do you think you are? Like, in your mind, do you see yourself as confident? Do you see yourself as like worthy of having everything you desire and living that abundant life? Do you see yourself as worthy of that? Or is there things in the way, like self-doubt, unsure that you can make it, unsure that it's ever going to be able to be possibly yours? You've got to understand what kind of thoughts you're having on a day-to-day basis, because that is creating your reality. So realistically, you've got to change how you think so you can actually like manifest the desired outcome. Our thoughts turn into emotions, and that emotion turns into our action, which then leads to our personality and then our personal reality. So for you to change your self-image, you have to first change your thoughts. The problem with this, though, changing how you think and how you feel and changing your self-image, is that it's not an easy thing, and it actually becomes quite uncomfortable when you do that. And it will feel very strange for the body, because think of it like this: your body has been doing and thinking the way it has been for a very long time. So when we introduce change, is out of our comfort zone. Our comfort zone is designed to keep us safe. So when we do something outside of the comfort zone, it feels very strange and there's a lot of resistance. So the body almost wants to go back to what it's used to doing. So notice that when you do this self-reflection, and when you're doing this inner work, because this is a lot of inner work really, you are going to feel a lot of resistance, a lot of pressure. You probably won't even want to carry on doing it because it feels so like external. It feels very uncomfortable basically. But you have to push past this, because when you push past this, you go from having a comfort zone this big, and you unlock a new layer and your comfort zone gets bigger, which means you can actually attract more. You're making space for more in your life, and good things come when you actually leave your comfort zone. So remember, if you do feel discomfort in this process, it's all about accepting that it's there and recognizing that it is a normal thing, because it is part of the process. Like, I'll give you an example for me. When I was trying to change my self-image so I could feel a bit more confident and actually like how I look, I started to entertain the idea that, oh, maybe I am good looking. And that put me in a lot of uncomfortable situations, because my ego would try and play me small and try and convince me that I'm not good looking. And I would have to like just keep acting good looking. Like, I'd look in the mirror and I'd do my hair, I'd do my eyebrows, all that kind of stuff. And I'd try and feel like feelings of feeling pretty. But my normal would be like, I went through a phase of really thinking I wasn't good looking. So at that time, my normal conditioning was to feel ugly, right? So when I tried to actually look in the mirror and feel good looking, doing those emotions is like, damn, like this doesn't feel normal to me. But I had to keep pushing past it, and I would get like very shy as well with it. You're trying to change something that has been this shape for so long, and you want to make it into like this shape, for example. Yeah, let's just use shapes for this example. So you're trying to go from this to this. This is a water break, and I'm interrupting this video to talk to you about the importance of drinking water. So stop what you're doing, let's drink some water and get back to the video. Now we're hydrated. Let's... Oh, I just threw water on my computer. We're hydrated. Let's get back into the video. Woo! But because you've been this for so long, your body's used to it. So when you try and open up to become this, there's going to be a lot of limiting beliefs coming into your mind and a lot of negative self-talk. So what I have done in the past that has really helped me through this stage is understanding again that we are not our thoughts. We're just having thoughts. So when you're going through this change, when you're creating your new self-image, however that looks like, when you're starting to do all these new things, there will be times where your mind might slip in like a very negative limiting belief, like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you're doing this. That's not for you. That's not usually what you do. And you just have to understand and recognize, like, this is a passing cloud. This is a passing thought. This is not me. This is just a thought I'm having, but I can choose to not entertain this thought. And this is the power that we actually really, really hold. And it's just, once you understand this concept, it's like you can't really go back. It's like once you know it, that's it. The thoughts you have, you can choose to entertain or not entertain. When you give a thought entertainment, you're actually giving it power, you're giving it energy, you're feeding into that. And what you put your energy into grows. So if you feed the thoughts that are limiting you, you're just going to keep going back to the old self. You're going backwards, you're not going forwards. So you want to entertain the thoughts that are positive. That's why affirmations works really well in changing your self-image, introducing new thoughts of how you want to feel and just repeating them on a daily basis. So when I was trying to feel more good looking in the mirror, when I was getting ready, I would say to the mirror, like, and to myself, I would say, well, I wouldn't say to the mirror, I would say to myself in the mirror, I would say, Ines, you are very good looking. You've always been very good looking. Your hair looks amazing. Your eyes are shining. Like, I'd just say all these different things. And obviously at first it's very uncomfortable because you don't believe the things, but you have to keep repeating these new thoughts because you have to place them there. Remember, your mind's had all these other thoughts that are associated with your old image, that now you have to introduce new thoughts that correspond with the new image that you're trying to create, right? So that's why don't entertain limiting beliefs. That's it. Just don't entertain them because they're in the past and we're moving forwards. They're just there almost like a test. So don't entertain them, but recognize that they will come up. And sometimes it's hard not to entertain them. Like, let's be real, we're all human. Even I've had times where I still fall back on certain beliefs. It's like, oh, da da da. But it's like, it's not my truth. It's not the ultimate truth, because the ultimate truth is something that feels good. And if it doesn't feel good, then it's not the ultimate truth. Because remember, we're here to have a good time. We're here to enjoy ourselves. We're here to feel good. Life is meant to be like enjoyable and fun. So if it's not fun, if it's not enjoyable, then it's just not true. You've got to be your best friend as well. So when you're going through this change, you've got to understand that like you have to be your bestie. You have to pump yourself up like a cheerleader. You can't be putting yourself down. This is the time where you give yourself some self-love, self-care, do what you need to do to look after yourself, and understand that this is going to bring a powerful, powerful transformation that you so deserve. So as you're changing your self-image, recognize that there are things that you can do to make this process a bit easier. So like visualizing actually the life that you want to live, visualizing what your new self looks like. And visualization is so powerful. There's been studies and, examples of famous people saying that they've visualized the task in their head. So like sports people, they've visualized them playing the sport and it going perfectly how they want it to go. And then when it comes to the actual event, they do it and it works. So like a footballer kicking the ball into the goal, but they visualize it in their brain and then they actually do it. And it actually trains your brain. It's so interesting. It actually trains your brain and it preps your brain to be able to do it more efficiently just by visualizing. Like there's a lot of work with Dr. Joe Dispenza as well, where he talks about like visualizing yourself doing an activity actually like builds your brain neurons and it actually wires them, so you actually perform really good when you haven't even done it in real life. But just visualizing yourself is like your body doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is in your brain. So use that to your advantage and really visualize this new life you want to live, because there is no cap to what you can achieve and the life you want to live. It's like the universe is so infinite. You're infinite as well. Like you can literally have, do and be anything you desire. It's up to you to decide what those things are and build that self-image that aligns with that. With you changing your self-image, you are also changing. So you are becoming a new person. And by becoming a new person, you might start to change what you like and what you dislike. Like your whole existence is going to change. And this is so good because it has to. If you want something new in your life, you have to change. I love the quote that says, nothing changes if nothing changes. You might notice as well that during this phase, you might change your friends group. You might change the music you listen to. You might even change what your room looks like. Literally, you might have a whole makeover, not of just you and your self-image, but your whole life might shift, and that's okay. That is normal, because think of it like this. You will have a rucksack on your back, and inside this rucksack, there's loads of different objects. For you to change your self-image and receive like all the new things you're trying to receive, you have to actually make space for new things in your life. So the rucksack is your life and you've got loads of things inside. You've got to remove certain things, throw them away, empty out your bag so that more flows in, new flows in. So you might let go of old friendships, you might let go of certain ways you dress, you might change completely as an individual. And I want you to enjoy that. That is like, it just is what it is. It's part of the process. So that's ultimately how you can change your self-image. You've got to change your thoughts, because everything starts up here. There are a lot of things that we're doing on a subconscious level. Subconscious meaning things that we're not even aware of. So what is it that you're doing subconsciously? Become aware of that. Even write things down. Writing things down is so good because you are making the unknown known. There's so much power in just getting a book and writing down what's on your mind and what's on your mind and what's on your mind, and just getting what's up here onto paper can really help you recognize what thoughts you're having and if they're valuable or not. Don't forget to celebrate yourself. Don't forget to treat yourself with really good, amazing, nutritious food, because that's really going to help your brain actually like work to the optimal level. And not just your brain, but your body in general. So fill up your plate with lots of fruits and vegetables, beans, seeds, have smoothies, have juices, and just like flood your life with a lot of positive energy. Positive energy comes from, self-development books, being outdoors in nature, drinking water, like I said, eating healthy food. All of those things are gonna build your immune system so your body's functioning better and you're receiving all the different vitamins and minerals you need. So ultimately that's gonna actually give you a lot of brain power, which is gonna help you as you are doing this self healing and this journey that you're on. So thank you so much for watching this video, and remember that your thoughts are not who you are, but you can use your thoughts. They are a tool. So use your thoughts in a way strategically to change your reality. And remember, what you focus on grows. So focus on the good things. Focus on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. That's not what we want to do. Focus on what you want. The universe says yes to this new change as well. So understand that the universe has your back. The universe, God, creation, nature, however you want to believe in it. But there is an external force all around us, within us, that has your back. So you're not alone in this. And remember that everything you desire is in your heart because you deserve it. So I'm Ines Santos, and this is the Universe Says Yes channel. Thank you so much for watching till the end. And yeah, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.